Let's move on slightly to property and landlords. So obviously there's different ways in order to buy property through a company, through yourself personally. Do you want to just give us a bit of a high and low of the benefits and negatives of them all?
You've obviously, as you've mentioned there, you've got the company, you've got yourself, you've also got things like partnerships and stuff like that. One of the big differences between the two would be whether you can claim the mortgage interest. So if you operated through a limited company, that mortgage interest is a tax allowable cost. But when you're an individual, it's tax relief, and it doesn't impact you if you're a basic rate taxpayer. But as soon as you become a high rate taxpayer, it will impact you. You'll no longer get that as a cost. You potentially get 40% tax relief. You'll now only get 20%. So that's one of the big considerations when you're looking at tax opportunities. However, it's not the be all and end all. You've got to think of your long-term plans, because if you put a property into a limited company, it's no longer your asset, it's now the company's asset. And that company is a separate legal entity to you. You may own shares of the company, so by de facto you do own that, but legally it's not yours, it's your limited company's. And that's an important differential to have.
So obviously you've mentioned that just because you're the controlling shareholder of a business, it doesn't mean it's your property. And you can't just pull it out and move it?
No, because it's not as straightforward as it would be for other assets like a car. That's a bit more of a paperwork exercise. When it comes to properties, there's legal ramifications, because you need to change the deeds with land registry. You need to be able to notify them for stamp duty purposes, and you might end up having to remortgage the property, because at the moment, if it's mortgaged in a limited company's name, that mortgage company will not let you move that property into your own name because it has to be associated. So you'd have to remortgage the property as well, which often means you have to pay for more services, which often means you need to pay for more surveys, potentially valuation costs. It can get quite expensive.
Okay. So essentially we go back to the key important thing is speak to us first.
100%.
Communicate.
Yeah.
Speak to us.